Hello everyone, my name is Farouk,
And my name is Dollar.
and today we would like to talk to you a little bit about the feeling of sadness and depression in general.
Depression is a serious mental health problem that causes a constant feeling of sadness and loss of interest in activities.
So now we would like to talk to you a little bit about some of the symptoms portraying sadness or depression. So recently, have you been having the feeling of sadness or hopelessness? Or have you been having problems with either eating or sleeping? And in addition to those, have you been frequently crying recently? Because those could also be symptoms of sadness or depression. In addition to those, have you been feeling angry or having the feeling of worthlessness? Or even feeling guilty about something that happened way in the past? Or have you been just having that lack of motivation and lack of enthusiasm that have been driving you throughout all of your days?
Other symptoms may include difficulty concentrating, feeling of tiredness or fatigue, unexplained aches and pains. If you don't have any of the symptoms, then good for you. But if you have the symptoms for a period of 2 weeks or longer, or you know someone who has them, well, you and that person may have depression. I cannot stress enough how important it is to recognize these symptoms.
Ladies and gentlemen, depression is always a combination of your genes or the environment. It was also recorded that depression is the leading cause of disability in the entire world. And that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. To add more onto that, the total number of 12 to 19-year-olds in Canada who are at risk of depression is an astounding 3.2 million people. And to finish it off, it was also recorded that 1 out of 5 children who need mental health services actually get them.
What we know, government of Canada is planning to invest $7.5 million of dollars
yeah.
into the mental health programs, right? But what we can do on our side, or our part, is to make these videos, and hopefully you guys will find them somewhat helpful.
Now we would like to provide you with some of the steps that you can take to fight against sadness or depression. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about controlling your stress, right? What can you do better to improve that? Well, some of the things are, why don't you improve on your diet? Having a balanced diet, a healthy diet, and all those things. In addition to that, why don't you start getting more hours of sleep, or just getting enough sleep that would last you throughout the day? In addition to those things, you could exercise daily, because exercising daily and focusing on things like meditation, yoga, and relaxation can really help you get better and relieve some of the stress that you've been feeling. And finally, in addition to those things, you could be pursuing some of your hobbies and some of the favorite things that make you happy on a day-to-day basis. Another thing that you could do to help prevent and decrease the amounts of depression and sadness that you're feeling are reach out to some of your friends and just talk to the people that are close to you, or to the people that you trust, right? Because that's always important. Communication and just talking to people. In addition, you could also talk to your family, because they will listen and they will understand and they can help you out in this very difficult time.
Absolutely. Our next point is CBT, or cognitive behavior therapy. In order to understand CBT, I have to talk to you about 3 points. Point number 1, CBT exposes people to things that they fear the most. For example, if you are afraid of dogs, CBT makes put you into the position where you interact or you deal with a dog to decrease your sensitivity to the fear of dogs. Next point could be CBT changes your perception of fears, because sometimes the way our mind works, they exaggerate the fears that we're having. You know, again, fear of dogs. You may have a cute puppy in front of you, and someone who is afraid of dogs
Yeah.
will have this exaggeration sense of fear that
Yeah.
somehow this puppy will, attack him
Yeah.
or her. That's why CBT will help you to change the thoughts about this fear that you're having. And lastly, CBT includes variety of different relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, muscle relaxation, and positive self-talk. And there are many other relaxation techniques that CBT includes in itself. Our next point is medications. Of course, I'm not going to talk about medication. It's a whole another level. There are a lot of teas that you can take for relaxation purposes, and of course, if nothing works for you, you can always go to a healthcare professional who will help you to their best abilities. And when I say health professionals, you can always talk to the mental health nurse, to psychologists, psychiatrists, or social worker even.
So now we would like to provide you with some of the resources that TDSB have, because there are plenty of them, right? And we'll include the phone numbers and all of the details in the description below, right? So here are some of the resources. There's the Telehealth Ontario line, the Kids Help Phone line that works 24/7 and would be happy to talk to you and to hear you out. There's also the Mental Health TO line, the Toronto Public Health line, and finally the Distress Centers of Greater Toronto, which also work 24/7, 365 days a year. So we hope that you enjoyed this video and you have learned something from our series, essentially, because that's what Daler and I are all about. We're hope that we can provide some change and help you at home, right? So thank you to everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thank you guys. Take care.
Hey Northview, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I just wanted to do a quick message on behalf of the Student Council. So again, to go over a very important theme, there are resources and people that can support you, like the Kids Help Phone line, and the Telehealth Ontario line, and the Mental Health TO line, and many other lines that you can see on your screen right now. There's also the public health nurse and the WhatsApp walk-in clinics, which are free online counseling for students. On top of that, you can always get your help from our own school resources, like a social worker, a child youth worker, and by connecting with your guidance counselors in the guidance school classrooms, or by asking your teachers for help. So, the final message from the Student Council is that we're all hoping that you're enjoying the Mental Health and Wellness Week, and that you're all excited for what is to come, because there's some amazing events coming out. That's all from me and the Student Council. Stay safe.